Welcome to the Gin Club podcast. You've got me, your host, Mitch. We've got Cal.
All right.
And we've got Robson.
Morning.
Morning. Good work. For all our morning listeners, love that.
This is the drive to work, 905 Radio 1.
All right. What we gonna...
Why did we bother again?
Yeah. We should have just left it in the dirt. Right. What are you drinking, Rob?
Oh, I've got a well posh gin this week. You know, I went to M&S. And it's
Fucking hell.
I know. I thought while I'm in there, I thought this is the place to get your top quality gins. It is tonic, so I'm going to not like it. But I want everyone to know it's probably nice. It's a Opir, O-P-I-R, can't pronounce it. Opir, Spices of the Orient, gin and tonic with a twist of orange. It's pretty nice. I've got it. It's a bit tonic-y, but it's good.
Where did you buy it from?
Marks, mate. Marks and Spencer's.
Oh my god, he's gone all out.
Honestly.
About £4 for a 200ml, 275ml. Priciest gin I've ever bought, but
Is it going to be worth it?
there's only one way to find out, Mark.
Honestly, I think he's making money off this podcast on Sly Cal.
Pouring himself out to the podcast.
Yeah.
Listen to me, I'm on Gin Club podcast. Joe Rogan paying him millions.
Just bringing the hype back to the gin club.
What about you, Cal?
Ruby Tiger Gin. So Tiger Gin, the sponsor from like 3 weeks ago, actually sent us loads, and then I never give them to these boys, and they've been in my fridge, and then I found this at back at fridge, so I thought, well, it's been giving it for free, so I may as well try it. So I think it's a pink gin, but it says Ruby, so I don't know the difference, but
Just takes it away from that basic white girl pink gin, doesn't it?
yeah, and I've got it in Limon Ementa. It's like Aldi's version of San Pellegrino Limonata.
It does sound posh the way you pronounce the limon.
Yeah, that was just my accent, mate.
Excellent Italian. I love it.
I'm excited for that.
Do you know what? I've had a little sip as you boys were talking, and it tastes very passion fruity after you mix them. It's all right.
Good work.
Oh, do you
It tastes
like
a bit like Fanta fruit twist.
Oh, yeah. I love a
Well
Fanta
known.
fruit twist.
Best Fanta.
Yeah.
Easy.
What you on, Mitch?
I am drinking a Blue Sapphire gin.
Oh, they're
I
posh
have-
then, aren't they?
No, it's an
No, they're not.
It's an airplane
Dosser.
gin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I have to admit, I have had the Blue Sapphire gin on a previous recording,
And on a previous aeroplane.
but I did have it with tonic water. So today I'm having it with lemonade, and I've got berries and shit in it. So we'll see.
We're doubling up already.
We'll see if that makes it any better, because last time it was atrocious. It
I
wasn't.
do like a revisit.
Yeah.
I also think you're a scratter for not getting a gin in for Gin Club podcast.
Oh, it's a fresh bottle though. Do you know what I mean?
Don't
Oh, fresh bottle.
lie.
No, I promise you, my last one were a miniature.
Oh, you gone all out and bought a big one. Risky that.
No, it was a
Shit
Christmas present to one of family members that it's just not been opened, and to be quite honest, I don't blame them for not touching it.
Really, you're doing him a favour, aren't you?
Yeah. So yeah, it is a revisit. 'Cause you do see the Blue Sapphire gin everywhere, so it's worth dabbling another time perhaps, but I don't think it is. So far, it's not been good. Right, what have you been up to this week, lads? Cal, we'll start with you.
I've become an adult.
No, you haven't.
Few years too late, but here we are.
Bought a new bathroom. I've never done this. Renovating houses and shit like that. Usually I just don't care.
It's just somewhere you wash.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's going to get dirty, so what's the point of having it new and fresh? Pointless.
All right.
I either piss in it, shit in it, or bathe in it. Like, that's it, innit, really? Or you brush
Yeah.
your teeth and then that goes everywhere. So it's never clean anyway.
It serves to be dirty, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's like leaks all in it and stuff, and like I've had to cap half the plumbing at points, and like the doors like rotting away and stuff. Like it's knacked. It's been in there. It must be an 80s bathroom. It's completely knacked. The copper pipes have literally disintegrated. Like there's nothing left of the bathroom. So we've decided we're going to have to get it done, which is all well and good. My problem is that Jess has booked it on my week off.
Naturally.
Right? In the half term, so Freya's at home.
Ooh.
What happens if I need a shit? I've got one bathroom. Do I have to interrupt and say, come on lads, just come out a minute? And they have to go in.
What about when toilets like been taken off and stuff like that? What are you going to do? Shit in toilet floor?
I know, they're going to have to give me one new bath. Squish it down
Quick.
plug hole.
Gunnar will swap it out rapid.
Yeah.
F1 style.
Push
Do I
it
go in?
out plug hole.
Do I go in garden, dig a hole? I don't know. I've never had this.
George
I don't know
got a
what you're meant
litter
to do.
box.
Nah, he's not allowed a litter box.
That'd
Cleaning
be
his shit up as well. I hate him.
That bit next one though, wouldn't it? That bit next step.
I've had
Shit in cat's litter tray.
2 kids and a cat. There's no way that the cat is having his shit cleaned up as well. It's not happening.
I've got the answer. Nappies, mate.
All wear
Adult
nappies.
nappies. 100%.
That's a good shout.
I've heard there's a sense of freedom to it.
We're going to be in them one day, aren't we? So why not? Why not get them involved now?
Give it a go, mate. Give it a go.
If you become an adult, might as well go the whole way.
I was going to say I could get Freya to change them, but then I thought that's a bit inappropriate, really. Innit? Laid on my back crying.
Pissing everywhere.
Yeah. Always happens. That's the one thing I found with having a son. He will piss at the worst times. As soon as that nappy comes off, boom, piss.
And that's never going to go away. I piss at worst times now.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
And
A
he's
few energy drinks and it's gone.
He's found his willy as well. So if anyone's got kids out there, they'll know exactly what I'm about to say. Literally, as soon as they find their willy, they pull it like a motherfucker. Like, they'll grab the end of it and pull it like 30 centimetres up in air. Like, proper rag it. And I'm looking going, please stop doing that. It's making me feel sick. Got a big smile on face, pulling it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. I did some fishing stuff as well, but I'm just going to leave it because I'm not going to talk about fishing this podcast, hopefully.
He just can't help himself. He's already been off before the pod recorded. I just want everyone to know that.
What about you, Rob?
Oh, it's gloating time. It's gloating time, and it's my favourite time. So it was my anniversary this week, and I
That little pause for it to say, congratulations, Robert. We just ignored it.
Did you go to Pizza Hut? Oh, you can't. It's locked down, isn't it? Did you get a Pizza Hut in?
I don't know if I stepped it up, but I went to M&S, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
We sent a gin.
Right.
Practical, though. I thought, we'll go and get the gin. And I'll be like, oh, we'll get a meal on the way. Got some ring she found, liked it on the internet. 50 quid, bang on, straight up. I get home from work. She's like, do you want to have your present early? I'm like, yeah, yours comes later, so I'll have that. I'm thinking,
Yours comes later. The ring or something else there, Rob. So were you trying to fish for something there?
But dumb.
Yours comes later. It gives it gun fingers at wink.
Yeah, I did it in my Speedos as well, just to let her know.
Mankini.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything less sexy than the words Marks and Spencers. In all honesty, I don't think that's part of foreplay.
I can. I'll do you one up, mate. Pizza up.
Beats her up.
Anyway, continue, Robson.
It's the romance train all the way with me, I'm going to be honest. Gets in. She's like, hey, have your present and that. Brings it down. I'm thinking PlayStation 4 games, what I'm thinking. So I open it. She's bought me a PS5 game. I instantly sigh. I'm thinking, I ain't got a PS5.
She's tried.
I'm thinking, yeah, don't insult her, but I'm thinking, thick bastard. She's like, oh, I'll check the receipt, and I'm sat looking at it, thinking the things that could have been. Well, I could have smashed you all day, and then I'd have played game and all. Well, that's the one-liner. That's the one-liner. So as I'm sat sulking, she comes down with PS5, fucking buzzing. So I've done. That's what I've done all week. Just played non-stop PS5.
That's the worst thing as a kid, though, at Christmas, isn't it? You know, like, if you got a console and you open the games first, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd open the bit, and your parents never say like, "Don't open that one." They just allow it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, right, there's 12 presents here. I've opened one video game. The rest look like video games. Then there's a big one in corner. I know what I'm getting for Christmas now. Ruined.
I think I once did it, but did it right and was like, I ain't got a PS3, Mum. What's this for?
What if they just bought the console and no games?
Yeah, that'd be tragic. Console, no games. What are you going to do? Just look at it.
Well, apparently she bought PS5, and then my mate says to her, "Oh, what game have you got for it? Like, what's he going to be playing?" She was like, "What do you mean, what game?" So I almost got one no game, which would have fucking killed me.
Yeah. What you done, Mitch? Don't say nothing.
Well,
You're recording in 3 weeks.
No. So I've done nothing. No, I'm joking. So I've been training a lot because I've had a fitness test that I've had to do. Ended up going to a fitness test and passing. Cheers.
Proud of you.
I've been training really, really hard and like pushing myself to beat the pass that I had to, the level that I had to get to. So when I've been doing my training, I've been absolutely nailing the pass score and I'm going beyond it. Did the fitness test, made a stop at the pass score. Oh.
But just said that's enough. Don't worry about it.
Right, well, you've passed now, lads, so you may as well stop. All right, so I've been sweating my balls off for the past 6 weeks, and you're just making us do a stroll at park.
Trying to show them that I can do it and that I'm motivated. They're like, no, that'll do.
That'll do, mate. No worries.
Get
your head off.
I'm going to waste your afternoon, do you?
No, yeah. But, so where we've been training, so I've trained with our Andrew, and the other day, there were these couple of blokes. We train on we run on like a bit of a track sort of thing. And these couple of blokes sat in the middle of this track, and they were flying some, what are they called? What are they called now?
I don't know, you were
drones, there. Yeah. Flying drones about. Have you ever seen a drone actually in real life be like whizzed about?
They're so loud.
I've seen one on Gogglebox.
So loud. Say again.
I've seen one on Gogglebox.
That's not in real life, is it?
I don't think that. Yeah.
Right, but this guy had like some goggles on or something, and I feel like it might have had a camera attached to it.
Yeah, they do.
And he was the drone, he was seeing what the drone was seeing.
Oh, that's.
And I was just like, that's some mad shit. That. But have you seen?
Was it?
Go on.
Was he in just middle of a field?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so all you see is grass. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah, innit?
I get it if you're flying over like Beirut during war-torn fucking times. You know what I mean? You're zooming in and people blowing up and stuff. You're like, whoa! It's like Call of Duty real life. This is mental.
Yeah.
But when you fly over and you're like, oh, there's some more grass there. Grass, sheep, horse, grass.
And then, that's me.
Yeah, oh, that's me. Oh, he's getting closer. Oh, it's very loud. Ah!
Someone is trying to do a fitness test.
Some little fat ginger bastard. But have you seen I think it's like on Sky Sports or something like that, they do the drone racing.
Are you drone racing?
Yeah, it's wild. If you have not seen it, have a look, because it's crazy. Right, so this week's topic, we have decided to go with high school. I think this could be quite a lot for Callum to talk about, so there's probably not enough time for it. But we'll start with Robson.
I thought this is going to be a good one for Cal. I writ mine. I've got it ready, and then I thought to myself, I think I've told this story before,
Brilliant.
So we're going to revisit with a bit more detail, because I've already written it, and I can't be asked to think. I've told you, I've got a PlayStation. I don't do this kind of stuff anymore. Play that. So.
Not very committed, is it?
A busy guy. Do you remember the story about when I had a band?
A band?
Yeah,
and the music teacher told you to stop playing?
Yeah. So we got this band together it was called the M Factor, named after X Factor from my village. And we got together, made a band and that. We did The Calling, Wherever You Will Go. Very deep song. Not the tenor, not the moment for the M Factor, I think. But what we do is we get together to practice. We go to my mate's house, we get ready to practice. But instead of practicing, he'd made this we'll call it brew at home alcohol. We'll call it beer, but it weren't. Yeah, it weren't. It were kind of thick. You know what I mean? It were like syrupy. We called it Piju because it resembled in many ways piss in a jug.
Brilliant.
Good. It was nice. It very fragrant, thick, bitty at the bottom, but it was a shit lager. You know what I mean? So we just get together and instead of doing any practice, we just get pissed on Piju.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, no, it were a bad drink, but it'd probably been worse if we'd practiced because we were shite.
don't think it'd have made you a little bit better if you'd have practiced?
I don't know. We were far from it. I remember we played a gig for my parents, to be like, look, this is our tryout gig. Tell us how we did. That's idea. It was a shit idea because they were like, yeah, you guys were great, so cool, dudes, and we were dog shit. Looking back, I wish they just said, look, you shithouses.
Don't bother.
You've clearly been getting pissed instead of practicing. Don't bother.
Have you ever tried making homebrew stuff, Mitch?
No, but I've got loads of gear for it.
I think everyone's got gear for it, and everyone gets it for like there were 1 year, like 2017. Everyone wanted to make their own beer.
Yeah.
I got a kit as well.
Yeah, never done it though.
Fiver from B&M, I think, innit?
Yeah, me and my brother did it, and it were awful.
Fragrant, very fragrant, aren't they?
Yeah, it weren't for us.
It smells like literal fermenting plants in your house.
Yeah, it's not nice. We put it in a Corpse on lemonade bottle, to try and distill it. Because we didn't want to go out and buy glass bottles because it's too expensive. Just put it in the plastic bottles, screwed the lid on, it just blew up. It just stunk.
Oh, because of the pressure.
Yeah. We didn't do it properly at all.
So you got fermented yeasty water all over the house and all.
Yeah, and that were it. Never again.
See, I've got the full, the massive bottles and stuff, the tubs that you do it in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like the brewing tank?
Yeah, I've got the brewing tank and all that kind of shit. I've got
I think we just had a bucket.
Yeah, I've got a heating belt as well because you've got to keep it at certain temperatures for different sorts of alcohol and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I should say this was just done. He just put it at top of his wardrobe, left it up there.
Fair play.
It was done in. Do you know those containers that you decant cereal into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was done in one of them and all. So it weren't exactly airtight. It was shit. It weren't airtight. It weren't warm. It weren't cold. It was somewhere in between. And you couldn't sip it. You had to open it and just fucking pour it into your face and hope the bits didn't get you.
Sounds like prison wine.
Brilliant.
I think if we'd sold it in a prison, they'd have been like, "This is shit, mate. I'll go back to drinking my own piss if you don't mind."
So, when you were at high school, was there any gambling that went on?
Yeah. Wally, bro.
Wally. That's what I want to talk about a little bit. I just wanted to touch on it. I don't really want to talk about it. So, did you have Wally, Robson?
Is that the floor to wall bounce game?
No, bro.
It's where let's say me and Cal were playing, and we were playing for 20p. We both have 20p, and you had to throw it at the wall, and the person that ended with the coin closest to the wall, they took the money. Very simple game.
Played Knuckles, but never Wally.
Oh yeah, we've all played Knuckles as well, haven't we? But multiple people could play Wally as well, so there could be 5 or 6 of you playing.
You just get involved, don't you? The game, it didn't matter what time you joined it.
Oh yeah,
you just go, I'll be it next round.
Yeah, you just toss your 50p in and think, I'm closer than yours.
That's it. That is it. But there'd always be some twat, wouldn't there, that they'd just have it down to a T.
Absolutely, and it was always the most dosser kid in school.
Yeah.
Get it leaning up against skirting board.
Playing for quids and that. Crazy.
Oh, there were always a rich kid who'd play for quids or twos, and you'd be like, mate, 20p, no higher.
Yeah, that's it.
So when you try and play with a fiver, it just doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, you're like, look, I've got £2.50 dinner money, mate. I'm not putting that kind of change down.
So there's a memory of high school that I've got, and I always thought it were a little bit. I thought it were a bit weird. So I were in the dinner hall or whatever, and the deputy head were in there, and he's speaking to this kid. And they were a year or two above me, and one thing led to another, and deputy head ended up ragging him out at seat, and he dragged him all the way to the front door at school. And he had to drag him downstairs, so they ended up rolling downstairs with each other, right? Dragging him to the front door at school and just kicked him out. Told him never to come back, all because he wouldn't take his coat off inside.
Fuck you know.
But other people were wearing the coats. What's that about? What's that about? He must have been a knobhead. But yeah, I just remember just that. That's one of my most vivid memories of high school that I've ever had.
Do you know what's the worst thing? I'm thinking of 5 stories that connect to that story that all happened to me at school. That's the worst part about this next section with it being me. Because just so much shit like that happened.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I wanted mine to be quite brief, just so we could really delve into Callum's high school experience. It's almost like a pre-Turbo Virgin.
Oh, God.
It's a prequel, isn't it?
I'm glad that you chose this. Did you choose this topic, Mitch? I see everything you've done there, and I like it.
So, on that note, go on then, Cal. Your turn.
I'm going to give you a summary, a first-off summary of my life in high school.
Like the overall experience.
Yeah. Between the age of year 7 and year 9, weird kid.
Which is what? 12 to 15? 12 to 13?
Something like that.
That 11 to 13, innit? Give or take.
Yeah. And then in year 9, I got a really hard best mate. So then I became like the hard man.
Yeah, I was going to say you immediately became a hard man.
Yeah. And then year 10, 11, I started knocking around with some other guys who were just like normalish. And then I became an emo, so that was pretty much it. And then 6 months after I became an emo, I decided that I was black, and that was the sort of timeline of things.
What a transition!
Yeah,
what
very
a transition.
Strange. But you were talking about the teacher,
yeah,
like because I was in inclusion a couple of times, which I don't understand. Why is it called inclusion? You're excluded, so surely it should be called exclusion. She's not including me in anything.
Yeah, but you
excluded
kept
me
in
from everything.
Yeah, I'm literally sat in a fucking room, which was, I'll be honest with you, better than being in the class.
So that were called isolation for me.
Yeah, we called it inclusion. Weird. So I was always late for class. I don't know why. I always just fucked around and then were late.
Yeah.
So I remember walking in to French and walking in, and the teacher goes, "Callum, you're late. Say sorry you're late." And I'm like, "Oh, soz I'm late." And like, "No, say it in French." And I went, "I don't know what that is in French." And he was like, "This is what we've been learning for the past 3 months is common phrases in French. Try and have a go." And I was like, "I don't know what you're on about." And he was like, "You need to tell me now, otherwise you're getting excluded." And I just went, "Bonjour, I don't know what you want." That rate, get out of class. So then I got sent into inclusion. So I thought that'd be the end of it. That he wouldn't have no hidden grudge. He was probably about a 60-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, came around to the winter, and everyone has like snowball fights at school, and it's mental, in it. Like everyone's chinning everyone. Teachers get chinned, caretaker gets chinned, like everyone gets nailed.
Yeah, you split into 7s to 9s to 9 to 11s.
Yeah, and then head teacher comes out and rings a bell and tells everyone to stop, and then she gets pelted.
And nobody does. Yeah, everybody just hammers her.
Well, I was outside with my mates, and we weren't really getting involved. We kind of just stood on the sidelines of it all, and all of a sudden, I just feel like a bit of pressure in my back. I'm like, oh God, and I'm on the floor, and this fucking French teacher has pushed me over, and he's fucking rolling snowballs and just pelting me in the face with his snowballs. He's going to my mates, get him! So they all start fucking chinning me with snowballs. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You're a grown adult. I must have been about 13. And you're like, you'll learn French, you, throwing fucking snowballs at me. You'll learn in class and listen to me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Just get absolutely hammered by him. What other stories have I got?
Probably fucking loads.
I have got quite a few. I used to play football, and I used to always go in net. I think I've already told this story.
Go on, though.
And they always used to put me in goal because they knew that my pants were too tight.
I don't think
so. Every time.
What does that even mean?
So my school trousers were too tight, so I'm a bit fat.
Split, weren't they?
So yeah, every time they'd aim for corners, because then I'd dive and split my pants. I must have split like 10 pairs of pants at school.
Why don't you buy a size up?
because I don't think they did him in that size up. Like, I was quite tall as well. Like, I was tall and a bit fat. So obviously being fat, you do get a little bit of like bullying. So I got bullied a little bit, but then you choose someone to bully, don't you, to like make yourself feel better? It's awful, really.
No, that's just the circle of life, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a hierarchy.
And I remember this one kid, and he kept trying to bully me, and I was like, "You're definitely below me in food chain here. I ain't taking this off you. Like, I know I can chin you. Like, I know it. I just know it.
I might be fat, but you're ginger, mate."
Whoa.
Remember so as part of this program to sort of keep like naughty kids that fight and stuff like on track, they used to let us play basketball in the sports hall on dinner times,
right.
To try and keep us away from like all the other ones.
Yeah.
So I go in with all reprobates and like my well-hard mate, and we'd go and play basketball. And I saw this kid, and I remember I just took my coat off, dropped my bag, and I was like, "We're fighting." And that were it. So he took his coat off, and then obviously we get to it and start hitting each other and that. And then all I feel is like loads of taps on the back of my head. I'm like, wow, someone's tapping me on the back of my head here. So mid-fight, I turn round, and his mates jumped in and started hitting me.
Taps on back of head? What are you, a man of steel?
Well, no, but it would like, I don't know what he was doing. And all my mates had just stood watching. And I'm like, are you going to get him?
Tosses.
And then I'm getting it right back at head by other guy. All my mates are laughing. So then I'm having to do a fucking 2-on-1 with these two kids. Anyway, I end up hitting this guy, and like obviously like he decided he didn't want any more. And then I turned back round to get the other guy, and he'd run off. So like, fuck me, I'm running after this guy. So I pelted after him as fast as I could, being fat, obviously. Like
Not
it
very
took a bit of effort. And I chased him into the food hall. But then obviously all his mates were in there and like all his year and stuff. So I'm just hitting him at back of head. And then they turn around and everyone just starts fucking pelting food at me. Calling me a fat cunt and all this. Like, oh, you fat bastard, get off him. And I'm stood there and just fucking coated in like fucking sponge cake and stuff.
Having a great time.
Picking it up and eating it.
With mouth open.
Yeah, I remember offering one guy on to fight. I was like, oh yeah, I'll fight you as well. And he hit me once and I was like, yeah, that would really hurt. And I remember just being stood there and everyone were watching and I was like, nope. I don't want to fight you.
School with like prison level gangland violence, and you're like, right, I'm gonna have to show everyone that I'm hard. We're gonna have to fight now.
We used to put us bags in a square on the grass, and we used to have actual boxing matches, like bring boxing gloves, and like have boxing matches in the middle of the courtyard and stuff.
Tie around your knuckles.
Yeah, real good. But there was one kid.
Real
like
good.
This is the last story I'll get you.
Banner.
This is the last story I'll tell you because it's like a win story. So you used to, I don't know what you were like at everyone else's school, but you used to go somewhere on dinner, but you were never allowed out to go there.
Yeah.
So they kind of locked us in, and we were like, fuck this, we're going to chip shop.
Yeah, standard, always chip shop.
Yeah, so you'd like jump over gates, so there'd be like a loose fence panel somewhere, and you'd like get in there. So you know them classic school gates that have like the 3 prongs?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? Just
1 6
generic.
up, 1 2 6 forward.
Yeah.
That's the one.
A kid were trying to climb over that when he were going out to nip to Chippy. He slipped, and one of the spikes went straight through his nipple.
Oh!
Like underneath his nipple.
I can feel it. Oh!
But obviously in front of the old school this happened, and then like they had to get the fire brigade out, so he was just suspended
By
for like
his
an
nipple.
hour. By his nipple.
Oh my god.
And obviously everyone just like walking past him like, what the fuck's he doing? And he's just screaming.
Oh, at least it wasn't his
Straight
sack.
through nipple. Yeah, at least he wanted his sack. Yeah,
I thought you were going to say he nutted it.
Nah, straight through nipple, just suspended. But the thing is, it had ripped his shirt as well, so you could see it all.
That's rough.
Suspended? Did he get suspended?
I think he did get double suspended. Yeah.
That's tight. That look, he's been through enough.
And now he's getting bullied on a podcast 20 years later.
I think that's the last story I'll bring you from the School of Hard Knocks that I went to. You know you do like woodworking, didn't you?
Yeah.
That shit's dangerous. Like that is real danger in it. Like you should not be putting people at like 14 in charge of like.
Oh, I know
saws
many a finger off on a lathe.
Yeah, like anyway, there's this kid. He was I remember being stood waiting to show teacher my shit work or whatever. You know, I'd cut out like a jigsaw or something, and he was stood behind me, and he was like crying, but silent crying. So I turned around, I was like, looked at him, and then my other mate went, "Oh, you all right, Carl? What's going on?" And then he just lifted up his finger, and he'd got his finger caught in the belt sander, and literally just sanded the top bone of his finger off.
Oh,
But just stood in line, waiting in line.
That's hard.
Silently
That's
waiting.
hard.
politely.
Yeah, hard as nails.
Proper hard as fuck. That silent crying as well.
Yeah, no, it's just tears coming out of his eyes.
Bit of a sniffle.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
I've got another brilliant story for you, actually.
Oh, fuck.
So did you do the game where you hit each other in the dick?
No.
It's like you walk past each other, you just bang, punch each other in. No.
Oh, it's not really a game, but I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, and just tap it.
It's a little bell tap.
Yeah, well, me and one of my mates were playing it. We were playing it for a week, and we had a scoreboard going and everything. Like, we'd record like how many times we got each other and stuff. It was going for ages. And we were stood outside IT waiting to go in, and I spotted the head teacher coming through the double doors. And I saw her, and I was like, right, if I get Wardy now here, but I won't get him great, I'll just give a little sack tap. So give me a little sack tap. And I went, yeah, go on, give me your best fucking shot. And he turned around and absolutely walloped me as the head teacher came through double doors.
Oh, what a timing. What a
She
play.
was like, come here. Dragged him off, and he went in inclusion for 2 weeks.
What an outplay. What an outplay.
Because I were on the floor going, oh my God, I don't know him. I don't know why he's done this. I feel sick. There's so many more. I'm not going to go through any more.
Yeah.
But they were there. I think that's the gist of my school. So basically, I got bullied other people, had some fights, got chinned once by one punch, and just stood there and sack tapped someone.
It's irrelevant news time. I'm going to go first because I want to get it out of the way. So the headline reads, 90,000 greasy pennies dumped on Georgia man's drive as final payment after quitting his job. It's a next level of petty, really.
We've all wanted to do it, haven't we? We've all wanted to.
There's always someone, isn't there? Apparently, he received his final payment of $915 in pennies.
Oh,
That's a lot of...
what's that?
I think the worst part is
90,000 pennies.
Yeah.
the greasy,
Yeah.
so you can't spend them. That's the point, innit? You can't.
He had to clean them. He had to clean them all.
And it'll cost him more in fucking cleaning products.
Literally.
An idiot.
Literally. He left his job and claimed he had encountered difficulty receiving payment.
No shit.
Yeah. So he now spends his nights gradually cleaning the pennies so he can cash them in. And it took him an hour and a half to make a few hundred of the coins usable, and there's 90,000.
Just chuck a bucket of soapy water over them. Let's see one by one in them for.
No. You've all missed the point here. You've all missed the point.
Go on then, tell us.
Get them in buckets. Get your send down to Scarborough. Fire them in penny machine.
Now that's the ticket.
That, and then once you've knocked all the clean pennies out, and it's just the scratty pennies
You
left,
move on to a new machine.
move on to the next one.
And you get a shit ton of 10p toys.
Yep.
So at the end,
Loads of swizzle sticks.
you've got all your money back, minus a little bit, plus thousands of lollies.
Brilliant.
That'd be the play. So
But yeah,
that's what it needs to
two
do.
outplayers.
If
in
you're
one
listening,
podcast.
you
Bad
better
guy.
fucking subscribe for that info there, mate.
because that's priceless.
Yeah, I still haven't seen my Heinz sausages only tins either.
Don't know why.
No, I don't.
Right. Cal.
Officer shot in friendly fire incident, including a cow. Or involving a cow, sorry. Involving a cow, sorry.
What, the cow shot him?
So, a Harrisonburg police officer was shot in a friendly fire incident as officers tried to deal with an escaped cow.
Oh my word.
An officer attempted to fire at the animal, which had escaped a livestock auction site, go on, and struck another officer.
You can be free.
So that's... People are idiots, aren't they?
Can you guess what country it's in?
America.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't. So
Richie said he could not confirm if the officer fired in response to the cow charging, but said he heard that was the case. It's like South Park, like, it's heading straight for us. Just stood still.
The genius thing about it is it's a livestock farm, so you can't sell it anymore. So you're like, oh, quick, get my cow back, I need to sell it.
Yeah.
Bang.
Where's my cow gone?
It's a livestock farm, mate. Can't sell that.
HBD said the unnamed officer was in good spirits.
Brilliant.
And stable at the medical centre.
He had a wicked steak after and all.
The cow was euthanised, apparently.
Not by his partner.
No.
It's like that Indian bloke. They'll charge cow. Attempted murder by proxy.
Yeah, being caught as a witness.
Yeah. That police officer would not have been shot if it weren't for you, Mr. Cow.
Have you anything to say in your defence?
Right, Rob.
Go on then, Robson.
It's a Guardian, so we've all seen it, but it's I've missed the actual title because it was shit, so I just didn't write it down.
There we
Always
go.
misses the headline.
It's something like retired woman, retired Chinese lady fends off attacker.
It's a bit deep.
You've seen this? Her name is Zhao Zhenji. Sorry if you're listening, love. I've probably mispronounced that. Which probably translates. I haven't tried it, but it's somewhere around badass bitch, right?
Fuck's sake.
She's hard. I didn't find her age because it didn't fucking say, because women don't tell you that stuff. But she's been retired.
So you don't know the headline. You don't know her age.
You don't know what her name means.
I don't know where it is either. It's America. I think it might be New York, but I can't be certain. Look, there's a woman somewhere. She's definitely Chinese in America, and she definitely battered someone.
Oh, just the most populous peoples on the planet, the Chinese. It's just one of them.
It's one of them. It's in America, if it narrows it down. She's been retired for 23 years, so I don't know how old she is, but she was that kind of old. Do you know when they've got no teeth and the face starts to sink back into it, then?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You're unreal.
The face sink. You know, the dentures are so long gone that the lips are like where the tongue is.
Oh, I once saw my gran without dentures in and shit like that. It made me feel sick.
Not pleasurable, is it?
No.
Fuck's sake.
I don't think I'd use the word pleasurable to describe that. I just realised that you just said pleasurable and my gran at the same time, please.
Choice of words.
Go on.
So, Zhao Zhenji was attacked by some guy in the street. Some like mad American you cause COVID kind of guy.
Fucking
34 he was. She's left with a bad black eye, as her grandson describes it. She walked it off. She walked home. That guy, the guy who attacked her, has 2 broken legs and was being carried away by a stretcher. Went immediately to the HR room. It was like stick-wielding Chinese woman fends off attacker was the headline.
To the what room?
Absolutely. ER? Is that,
sure
what's that
said
in English?
But, we'll leave it out.
What's that in English?
Emergency room.
No, what do we call it?
A&E.
A&E. Sent him to A&E. 34, pasted.
That is hard, that, though.
Honestly, I just think... I wish I could have seen it.
Props to her.
I do like that, though. I do like it when elderly people chin people. It's the only people I feel sorry for. Do you know, like, if I ever see, like, videos of people dying or hear on news that someone's died, or if it's someone elderly and it's kind of like
most
a bit
of the time
shit,
I'm
I feel
thinking
bad.
Probably a tosser.
Yeah.
But when
Do you know
Zhao
what I
Zhen
mean?
comes
29-year-old man dies, I'm just like, tough break.
probably an arsehole.
Rough that.
But then an 84-year-old man dies in a car crash, I'm like, oh, that's awful.
Fucking hell.
But it's not really, but it is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Old people and cats. 2 things I can't watch die.
Even though you hate your cat.
Then I hate old people.
It's Turbo Virgin time.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought we were missing a bit here.
Got a bit of a cracker.
smart. Well, I can't wait. It's been a while.
It's my favourite time of the
I've
2
still
weeks.
got a bit of gin left.
You got to save a bit, haven't you?
Why do I have to be labelled marriage material when I'm only 20 are not Michael fucking Bublé.
Any likes or comments?
Nah. But I want to know if someone's labelled me marriage material or whether I think I need to be marriage material.
Whether you've self-rated yourself there.
Or that you think someone's rated your marriage material. Like, and they
Yeah.
haven't.
Or someone's come out, I've tried to chat someone up and go, well, you're not really marriage material, Callum. Which you can't imagine at the age of 20 is an actual thing.
I think that is actually how it's gone. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, you're not really marriage material. I think that is where it's come from.
No way Carl got that deep into a conversation. She thought this guy's smart, he's charming, he's all the good things. How do I fend him off? That's it. He's not marriage material.
You're too pretty for me, Callum. I'm really sorry.
You're not Michael fucking Bublé.
If you're Michael Bublé, I'd get with you, but you're just not. Cool.
And you've gone, yeah.
I don't know where my hatred for Michael Bublé has come from either. Just picked him out. Yeah. I hate Michael Bublé.
Yeah, out of everyone, why? That's a weird one, isn't it?
I think I was jealous.
Yeah, fair. He is absolutely charming.
Man, I wish I had some business cards or some shit for all these mega cute girls I see on the bus. Although I bet it'd be like handing out leaflets promoting abortion. Rational, yet not publicly acceptable to do.
That is a good status by young Carl, though. That is... They should have abortion cards because it is rational, but not sexually acceptable.
I feel like you, if you haven't, you should have got some likes.
I did actually, yeah.
Get in.
Any comments?
Have you worked out how to get me on poker yet?
That's a nan, innit? That's someone's nan who's thought, ignore the status, ask the question.
And then obviously I've responded to that, just saying I've been at uni. And the guy just put, don't they do business cards at train stations still out of those machines? I just didn't reply.
Because it wasn't a serious fucking status, you dick.
But I like how I've said, and it's always on buses.
Yeah.
I have some sort of obsession with finding a cute girl on a bus and marrying her.
But
it's never going to happen.
You know, you weren't marriage material, mate.
You've also got this Bond idea you said where you can just wink, give them a business card, and they'll definitely call you.
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone's ever been pulled by using a business card.
Excuse me,
ever.
love. I only paid 40p, so this is my stop, but here's my card.
Here's my card. Brilliant. Go on.
And that's probably why I'm not marriage material, because I've essentially promoted abortion there.
Fuck's sake.
6,500 words to write. You know what makes it easier to write? The fact I'm in chino shorts, baby.
I don't see how those go hand in hand.
Disagree. Strong disagree.
Chino shorts are well uncomfortable for a start.
Yeah, they're not good for the testes.
They're not nice, are they?
No.
But I did do another status later on saying that I just bought some chino shorts. So I must have really, really thought that this was going to be the make or break.
Was it that
these chino shorts were going to fucking
was it
light
that
up my
two
life.
period where shades of beige to orange chinos were all the rage?
And loafers.
Yeah.
Or boat shoes.
Yeah, and loafers. Yeah, and a polo.
Toms, yeah.
Toms.
Yeah, I had boat shoes and fucking chinos.
I mean, you might have had a turbo version, but you were in the fashion.
Yeah, but this was probably like 3 years too late. This was probably like 3 years after.
Oh, them T-shirts, you know, where it was like a V-neck with the buttons and it had a different colour on the...
Or
it was always like
picture
a
of Rihanna on
Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. Proper in-betweeners stuff, that.
There's a very certain demographic loving this section.
Doesn't know if his mum would see the irony of him wearing an as seen on RedTube t-shirt.
Love it. Love it. There's a certain demographic loving that joke.
Well, that's quality, that. As a virgin putting that on, quality. The in-jokes are fucking... The in-jokes with just myself.
I don't think it is just yourself.
I'm begging you, likes and comments. Come on, you've done this.
No, it's not on that.
Ah, what?
What is going on?
The time he most deserves it and all.
And then we've got... I do tend to like talking about my dreams a bit, don't I? So we've got another little dream post here. Last night I dreamt that Dr. Dre's new album had only Peruvian pan flute music as the beat. Gonna be honest, it sounded badass.
You've been watching that South Park episode?
Yeah, it must have been.
Banging episode.
But that's got no likes and no comments either.
What? Even for
But
the
I'll keep-
Peruvian pan flute band?
I know, but I'll keep posting them. I'll keep posting about fucking weird dreams.
Yeah,
about Guinea
it's always
Dre?
Dr. Dre or something like that.
Yeah, is this your
Yeah.
gangster rap phase?
Yeah, this one. This was my gangster rap phase. Between the age of like maybe 16 and 20, I remember buying. So when I was I did sixth form at the school that I went
Yeah.
to, and I kind of came out of my emo phase when I got to like halfway through AS, because I realised that sort of scene had died, and I thought I was going to get a girlfriend by being an emo, because he's in touch with his emotions, and do you know what I mean? And it never played out. Like my hair was too shit to do
I
it.
just
Like, it
thought
just didn't work.
McFly looks super cool. I can be super cool, but it never goes that way, does it?
No.
And so then I sort of thought, well, what else is cool? And I was like, well, Ice Cube's pretty cool. Dr. Dre's pretty cool. Snoop Dogg's pretty cool. So if I dress up in that way, then I'll also be cool. So the first thing I bought was a hat that said Compton on it.
Straight out of Compton.
And I wore that to school. And I remember wearing it the first day, and I bought myself some baggy cargo pants, Compton hat, walked in, and I remember just the first person saw me, I remember him distinctly, he looked at me and just shook his head. Didn't smile, didn't do anything, just looked and shook his head.
He's at it again, kind of.
What
Yeah.
are you doing?
He didn't even really know me, he he weren't a friend, he weren't an enemy, he was just
Just a person.
the average person, yeah.
I bet he did a sigh as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I sat with all my mates and got like, portable speakers for like your iPad.
Yeah.
I think you mean iPod.
Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, iPod, sorry. Yeah, so I was playing Wu-Tang and everyone was like, what's this? I was like, it's Wu-Tang Clan. Like trying to be cool. And they were like, what are you doing?
They brought this song out 10 years ago. Oh, baby.
Bear in mind, I went to school in Morley, which is like 99% white, redneck, white trash fucking area. They've never seen it. Never seen it like it. So that's terrible. And I've kind of linked that into the high school stuff as well, haven't
I really enjoyed the high school stuff.
Yeah, it was really like 2 Turbo Virgin times for us, wasn't it?
That's what I thought.
Really like it. Really like it.
Right, that's the end of Turbo Virgin time, right? How's the gin gone?
Mine's pretty good, I obviously don't like tonic. But there's something I do like about it. And every time I drink it, I'm like, that's nice bit of orange. And I'm like, oh, tonic's rank. And then something else hits. I'm like, oh,
It's like a
but
warmth.
that's nice. Yeah, no, it's something else. It's like it's a flavour, but I don't know what it is.
It's tonic, mate.
So good, then bad, then good on the
Like a shit sandwich.
up here, up here.
Stop purring, Doubt Mike.
Your accent's a dog shit. You did Scottish last week, and now you're trying to do some sort of weird Eastern European accent.
I think it might be Indian. There's 2 elephants on it.
You sounded like you're from Latvia.
Yeah, you do, to be fair. It's not great.
OPIHR. How do you pronounce that?
O-P-I-H-R. I'm not even going to try.
Up here. That's how I'd say it.
Up here.
Up here.
Now you sounded Irish.
Up here.
It's up here.
Up here. Got the gin up here.
Brilliant. How were yours, Cal?
Nice. Tiger gin's nice.
Yeah, you do like a bit of tiger gin, don't you?
Yeah, they're good gins. That were a nice one. Nice and smooth. No qualms. I'd say it's a good gin, to be honest with you. I think across the board they're good. I don't know how expensive they are, because obviously
We got it free.
we got them on DOSA rates, so not even going to shout out as a sponsor this one, because I've already done
Yeah.
it 2 weeks ago, didn't we? 2 episodes ago. So, but yeah, it's nice. Tiger gin's nice gin.
Good work. Blue Sapphire. It's just as shit with lemonade as it is with tonic. We'll not be
What
revisiting
berries?
it again.
What about berries? Are they doing it for you?
No, mate, I just didn't have any ice and they were frozen, so it just was to make it a bit colder. But yeah,
Did they break into bits and turn into like a slush at top of your drink?
a little bit. I'm not going to eat them either because that's just not something I'm
No,
in.
it's a shit idea, isn't it?
Yeah, people
So
that
we're
do.
voting. So we're voting down the gin and the berries.
Yeah, people that do eat berries when they've been sat in like a drink, just
Get a grip of
attention
your life.
seeking, really. And that's that, really. So I think on that note, let's say bye-bye.
Been a good time, team. Bye.
Cheers for that.
Bye.
See you later.